When Jean Nouvel starts sketching, something unexpected often happens.
I like to play with architecture. It's my favorite game.
He's designed the Akbar Tower in Barcelona, this concert hall in Copenhagen, the Guthrie Theater in Minneapolis, and the Arab World Institute in Paris. But the 65-year-old French architect is not yet a household name.
My buildings are more famous than me.
Your buildings are more famous than you. You like it that way?
I like that, yes.
Nouvel is a star in the world of architecture.
It's with great pleasure I present you with the Pritzker Prize.
2 years ago, he won its highest honor.
Everywhere he goes, his project is the biggest news of wherever it is.
Justin Davidson is the architecture critic for New York Magazine.
He creates buildings that have a personality and have a real presence in a place. And they're not timid.
Jean Nouvel grew up in southern France, the child of two high school teachers.
What did they teach?
They teach geography, they teach English. You cannot see that.
They wanted him to be a scientist. He wanted to be an artist.
You went to your parents and said, I'm going to be a painter, and they said,
No.
No way.
No way.
So he used his artistic talents to imagine buildings. Now, he's about to make his mark on America's biggest stage, designing two major structures in New York City.
Was it important for you to make a statement in New York?
Of course, for an architect to build in Manhattan is a kind of dream.
The first is a residential tower on Manhattan's West Side, with hundreds of irregularly placed windows tilted at odd angles.
So you personally placed each window in the building?
Yeah, absolutely.
From the outside, they're designed to reflect the sun and sky. From the inside, to frame the landscape.
Here, of course, I wanted to catch all the panorama. If you are in the bed...
In this bedroom, he positioned a window so it could perfectly frame the Empire State Building.
It's like a guardian during the night.
Nouvel's other New York project is a building that could rival the Empire State Building. A soaring skyscraper that one critic said promised to be the most exhilarating addition to the skyline in a generation.
I tried to play with the idea of a needle.
The tower would be built on a tiny lot next to the Museum of Modern Art. In Nouvel's original design, the slender spire would have risen 75 stories, higher than the Chrysler Building and almost as tall as the Empire State.
Which is precisely what bothers some people. I mean, for people who reacted negatively to the tower, it seemed arrogant.
Community groups fought the project.
Is Nouvel's building worthy of standing alongside the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building?
I think so. It marks the period in which it's being designed and would be built so dramatically.
The city council finally gave the go-ahead to build, but only if Nouvel chops 200 feet off the top.
You made a gesture like this. Did you feel like cut off your head?
It's very French to cut the head.
So at his Paris studio, Nouvel has gone back to the drawing board, working on a redesign, while his residential tower opened this summer. Do you like how it looks now?
Yeah, I like that. Yes, it's exactly what we wanted.
His aim as an architect, he says, is to give pleasure to people.
But I think architecture has to be a gift.
Jean Nouvel is leaving his gifts now across the skyline of the world.